is it? Cheeky boy. You're just eating all the time, aren't you? Good morning, guys. It's Saturday morning. It's 7:20 and we've been up for about an hour and a half already. The boys are just chilling out in the living room. They're not very well. We've actually got hand, foot and mouth, which is really annoying. Nico's, oh Marco. Nico's preschool had two confirmed cases, and then the next day he came out in spots and he didn't really eat much or drink much, and his mouth was really quite sore. He didn't have so many on his hands and feet, only a few, but his mouth was the worst. And now Marco, obviously Marco gets absolutely everything and he gets 10 times worse than everyone else. So yeah, he's really not very well at all. He's got a really high temperature and he is just covered in spots, and again mainly it's his mouth, which means he's not eating or drinking, even more so than he does anyway. So that means even less sleep, even more babies in our bed. It's just typical because it's half term next week. Oh, has it? That's okay, darling. Do you want to go and give it to Daddy? Good boy. Yeah, it's half term next week and obviously Lorenzo's off, so hopefully he doesn't get anything, otherwise he won't really be able to go out anywhere, which is a bit annoying, but we'll see. What are you doing?
A poo sandwich.
A poo sandwich, that was. Why is everything poo poo, Nico?
Because and then the poo we get to be done.
He's got his own little language as well. What's that next? Oh no, who did that?
Wednesday.
Was it? Would you like me to fix it?
Yeah.
Hello guys, I just thought I'd talk to you while I'm getting ready because the two babies are sleeping and Dan has taken the older two shopping in Tesco's. They really wanted to go to Tesco's, and Lorenzo is at a birthday party tomorrow and he wanted to go and choose the birthday girl a present, so he's gone with Dan and Nico has. So I've had a chance to, or I'm getting a chance to get ready, which is nice, because it doesn't often happen. I think they left at about 9:30. I'm not too sure what the time is now. 10:15. So I got the babies off to sleep and then I've just come upstairs to get myself ready. But yeah, it's half term next week and the boys have been struck down with hand, foot and mouth, which is a bit poop, but it is what it is. At least well, Lorenzo, I say at least he won't miss school. Lorenzo's fine at the moment, but you just never know. All the rest of the boys have got them, so all the younger three have got hand, foot and mouth, which is a bit rubbish, but hey ho, it is what it is. And it's just that time of year, and I think now because Nico's at preschool as well, they're just bound to bring stuff home and it's really quite annoying, but never mind, it's the time of year and they're all at school, so they can't really escape it, can they? Most of you like it when I sit down and do these little chatty vlogs or getting ready chatty type things. This gives me a chance to talk to you guys properly, because during vlogs and stuff it gets so manic with the boys just being mad that I don't really get a chance to speak to you guys properly. But yeah, it's half term now. Renzo had an inset day yesterday and I'm just so glad. I'm so glad that I don't have to do the school run, and I know it sounds awful, but I'm just glad for the chilled out mornings that we're gonna get, because I've missed those. I've missed those so much, and it's just, I still can't get my head around the fact that doing the school run is basically my life now for the next however many years until the boys finish school, which is just mad because it's manic. It is a bit chaotic and it's exhausting, but they need to go to school, so it's what you've got to do. Yeah, I don't really think I spoke to you guys much about how I was feeling about the whole school thing because I have major school anxiety. I mean, I never really suffered with anxiety before until I had children, and then it just got really bad, and I'm literally anxious about absolutely everything. And the thing with school that gets me the most is the fact that I don't know what he is getting up to. I don't know who he's playing with. I don't know what he's doing, what he's eating, if he's okay. And that really bugs me. He's never really a bother at drop off. Like, he's so fine when I drop him off. And he seems really happy. He knows the routine already. So when I pick him up, I just find it really, really difficult that I just don't know what he's done because he gives me nothing. He just sits in the car and I'm like, Renzo, did you have a nice day? Yeah. What did you do? Yeah. What did you eat? Yeah. And it's almost like his brain has worked so much during the day that when it's time to come home, he just doesn't want to communicate with me, and I find that really difficult because I don't know what he's doing. I don't know if he's having fun, and it really, really makes me anxious, and I don't know, I just don't like this whole school thing. It's bizarre, isn't it? Because I know it's what they need and I know he's having a good time, but he's a lot like me, and I actually haven't told anyone yet because I don't know, I think I just found it difficult to sort of deal with myself. But I'm really bad socially. I have social anxiety, like really, really bad, and it's just getting worse and worse. I think the more I stay at home with the boys, the more I find social situations really, really uncomfortable and awkward, and then I just stand there and worry about what people are thinking about me, if they think I'm being rude because I'm not talking, or I just find it really difficult. And Lorenzo is exactly the same. So his teacher called me in and basically said to me that they're going to get him a one-on-one just to help him with his communication. Just because he's not communicating, he's not like looking at people in the eyes and stuff. Like, he turns his head when people are talking to him because he gets so, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's anxiety, I don't know, but he's just not great socially. Like, he's way above where he should be academically. He has no problems learning. He loves to learn, he wants to learn, and he's way above where he should be already at this stage and at his age. His teacher said to me that, you know, I don't need to be worried about that at all, because in fact what they're doing in class he already knows. And I just don't, yeah, I mean, he's obviously still learning. He's always been very academic, very bright, just really intelligent and just wanted to learn, and he's always been like that from a baby. So yeah, I think it's just his communication that he needs work on. So yeah, they're going to get him a one-on-one just to help him not be so anxious and so withdrawn around other people. But he's just so much like me. I mean, he may look identical to Dan, but his personality is so much like mine. Yeah, and I don't know, I just feel really sad for him because I don't want him to be anxious around his friends. I want him to have a good time, and I want him to, you know, join in and be social and play. And when they have free play, he just goes and finds like an educational toy, like a puzzle or something like that, and he'll sit there and do that instead of, you know, being a kid and running around and all that kind of thing, which I think is nice. And that would be great for when he's getting older, you know, and he's actually sitting in a classroom and doing proper learning instead of play-based learning. But I still want him to be really good socially. Like, Dan has no bother being social. He loves, you know, he thrives being in big crowds, and he doesn't mind talking to people. He's very friendly. So yeah, I just want him to be a bit more like Dan on that part. But yeah, anyway, if you're suffering with any kind of anxiety, then don't worry, you're not alone, because it is so common. And I think everybody suffers with a bit of anxiety in any kind of situation, really, not just if you're a mum. I think generally, like, people get anxious about everything and anything, really, don't they? Even if you don't really sort of feel like you suffer with it, people get anxious over small things as well. I think it's just a normal thing, but definitely when you become a mum, it just heightens and gets so much worse. But Chan and Mum are actually launching an an anxiety course. That was really difficult to say. Channel Mum are launching an anxiety course starting at the end of this month, I think October the 29th or something along those lines. And obviously they have the forum and stuff, so if you do suffer or have any children that suffer with it, then just know that you're not alone, and it is so normal. And so many of you think that, you know, because I talk to a camera, I'm quite confident and stuff, but I'm not. I'm like so socially awkward. I get really bad anxiety about any kind of social situations with or without my children. It's just something that, I don't know, it's just something that I feel like is getting worse. I think the more I sort of stay at home and not communicate with other people, it just makes me so nervous that when I do communicate with people, I'm saying silly things and that kind of thing. And yeah, it's actually really quite difficult, and it really gets me down sometimes, because I just think, why can't I be normal and speak to humans? Like, it's not hard. It's really not hard. But some people do find it difficult. I know so many of you like it when I talk to you about things that you can relate to, and I know so many of you that follow me feel exactly the same. So I just wanted to let you know that I'm feeling like that, and I have done for a long time actually. I just haven't really sort of, I don't know, I haven't really sort of spoken about it because it's never really sort of been a topic that I wanted to speak to you about or felt like I needed to speak to you about. Anyway, I'm going to finish getting ready now. Thanks for listening, guys, as always.
I walk through the fire, the sound of a lion. I found my way back in the end.
Oh, did you have a good nap? No, poorly boy. What you doing?
The people on the bus go up and down. All
I have barely moved from the sofa today because we have some very clingy, poorly children. I feel like I've done absolutely nothing. I put a wash on and managed to hang it out on the line, but it took me about 3 different attempts because I kept getting collared to come inside and give the boys a cuddle. So yeah, that is pretty much all I've done today. Really, really exciting. But yeah, the boys are really struggling. Marco especially. He always gets things so much worse than the boys. This little one's getting worse as the day goes on. But hopefully Marco will be a bit better, but it's awful. He's just dribbling so much and he's just covered in blisters all in his mouth, back of his throat, and it's a struggle to get any fluids down him. Can just about manage to get Calpol down him, but that is about as far as it goes. So yeah, we haven't really done much today. Dan actually took the older 2 boys to the park, and now if you can see over there, Nico is crashed out on the sofa. He is fast asleep. Francesco had a nap and I just sat with Marco because he just didn't want me to leave. I couldn't even get up and go to the toilet because every time I did try, he just cried, and I just thought, oh, he just wants me to sit by him. It's just reassurance, isn't it? And it's not very often that they get so poorly like this. So I just thank God it's the weekend and it's half term. I don't have to drag them out and do the school runs when they're feeling rubbish, because I feel like that would just be, yeah, wouldn't be nice at all. Tomorrow, Lorenzo has a birthday party. It's a drop-off party, but I think I'm just gonna hang around upstairs just because I don't know how he's gonna be. So yeah, it's a gymnastics party, so hopefully he'll enjoy it and get involved. But as I said, he gets so worried in like big groups, especially if I'm not around or his dad's not around. But yes, that is exciting for Lorenzo tomorrow because he'll be able to get out of the house and do something. What are you doing? Look at you.
Look for your telescope.
Where's the treasure?
I found it.
Go get it, quick! Oh, bless him.
Wow, I found it.
Well done, Lorenzo.
Treasure!
Well done. That happy
Do
little guy.
that again?
Go ahead, go to the living room then.
Okay.
Renzo, are you ready to go to the party? Yeah, are you excited? What are you eating? A brioche. Are you hungry? Right, let's go. We're off to Lorenzo's school friends party. It's like a little gymnastics thing, but it's a drop off, but I'm a little bit worried about how he's gonna be, so I'm gonna just stick around and just see how he gets on. I haven't filmed this morning because it's been absolutely manic. I literally had about an hour's sleep, if that, last night because Marco was just so ill and he just kept crying. It was awful. Yeah, so anyway, I've painted my face on, I've put on a smile, and we're gonna get going. Let's go to the party. Did you have fun, Renzo? What is it? What have you got in there?
It's stuck.
Is it stuck? What is it?
I don't know.
You're not sure? Should we have a look when we get home?
No, let's go get it.
You're gonna get it? Hey guys, so I was editing the vlog and realised that I didn't actually film hardly anything yesterday, Sunday, because the boys were just awful. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is probably a bit of a Debbie Downer vlog actually. Looking back, I've done nothing but complain about the boys are ill, but yeah, I really couldn't pick up my camera much at all yesterday because I had just two babies clinging to me and I just couldn't really do it, and obviously you guys don't really want to see them crying and upset and in pain, so I obviously don't want to film that either. Lorenzo had a brilliant time at the birthday party. I did stay, but there's like a viewing dock upstairs, so I stayed upstairs and looked down, and for the first sort of 10 minutes he kept looking up just to make sure I was there, and then after that he got so stuck into it. He was brilliant, he enjoyed it so much, so I think I might even try and like get him into a gymnastics club. I know obviously I'm biased because he's my son, but he was so good. Like his balancing was just unbelievable, and he had no fear. Like he was diving off this trampoline like head first and doing this amazing dive and stuff, and using the rings and the rope, and yeah, I was just really impressed. Obviously I've never taken him to anything like that before, so I didn't even know that he would enjoy it or he liked it, but he loved it. Yeah, anyway, I think I'm gonna maybe call them or see if I can book him some lessons because he really liked it, and I took a picture of it and showed him and he was like, I want to go back, I loved it. But yeah, sorry that this vlog was just really chatty, a bit negative and down. But yeah, we're poorly, and I'm sorry I didn't film much yesterday, but I'm hoping maybe this weekend I will do a better job at filming for you. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed our weekend vlog. Give me a thumbs up if you did, and please remember to subscribe while you're over here, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.